What's up? It's the Fresh Till Death podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Jubal Fresh. This is my hot ass wife, Alex Fresh. And her titties
Welcome.
are just fine.
They're great.
They're great just the way they are, if you were wondering about that.
We'll get into that
Well,
a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about why I started off by talking about
My
her
tits.
titties being just fine. Shaking them.
I do like my tits now.
I like them too. Yeah, I mean, I like they're great. If you're listening to this on iTunes, then you couldn't see Alex, but if you're watching on the YouTube, she just shook her tits at the camera. So
A titty shake.
a titty shake right at the camera. But we'll talk about why. Bring that up in a second. Make sure you rate and review the podcast. Thank you very much for checking it out. Share it with friends and family. Check out the podcast over at Patreon, patreon.com/JubalFresh. That's where at the end of this, Alex has me get high and do things. And last week we went to the mall and walked around there, and Alex got to show me what a little bitch I was.
Oh, yeah, with the piano.
The piano. So there's this piano at the mall, and I always want to play it, but I want to sit down and really start playing it. And if I wasn't stoned for the podcast, I probably could have done it. But I was so like paranoid and nervous about it, I wouldn't do it. And then she got up and went and played Mary Had a Little Lamb on it. No big deal.
Yeah. It's the only thing I know how to play.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I can play Jingle Bells. Not the whole thing, but
Really?
yeah.
Okay. You have talents I didn't even know about.
It's not really a talent. But I did teach myself, though,
You did?
Jingle Bells.
How to play Jingle Bells on the piano? That's impressive.
Because we had a piano in my house when I was growing up.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, she'll teach me how to play something, and then eventually I'll go play the piano. But check out the podcast on the Patreon, patreon.com/JubalFresh. Anything else we should talk about before we start? Any things?
No.
Oh, they're the Elevated.
Oh.
Came out with a strain of weed called Cherry Jubilees.
Released today
Cherries.
to 250 stores in Washington.
Yeah, Cherry's Jubilees. And it's the vapor, like the
Pax
oil.
pen, yeah.
Yeah, so you put it in the pen and do that. We'll get some of that. We don't have any yet, but go buy some.
Yeah.
I think it's,
Let us know how you like it.
yeah, it's funny that like a very casual, almost non-smoker has his own strain of weed. now.
Cool.
And everybody else who's like a big stoner is like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What about me?
It's kind of funny, though.
Yeah, so go check it out. What's been going on since the last podcast? Nipsey Hussle died.
Nipple hussy? Sorry.
She can't get Nipsey Hussle's name right.
I can't get rappers' names right. Do you know
Just
how
in
long it
general.
took me for Triple X Tentacion?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was such a Triple X Tentacion is such a hard name for everybody. It's like why even call yourself that? Nobody knows how to say it except for like your 5 friends. So Nipsey Hussle died,
Yeah.
and she keeps calling him Nipples. Nipples.
I don't know. I read it and I'm like, do you know who Nipple or Nipsey Hussle?
Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, she's
do you
like-
know who that is?
And I was like, yeah, I
And
know
I'm
who
like-
that is. And she's like, he died.
Yeah, I don't know.
And yeah, like, so we were talking about it and realized like she'd never heard of
Never.
Nipsey Hussle before. And it was like pretty known, I think. I knew who he was, especially if you listen to like West Coast hip hop, but like I think he only had one studio album. The rest were all like mixtapes or whatever. But it's funny to see how like even Triple X Tentacion, even when he died, everybody, even people outside of like the rap world, are like, "Oh my God, did you hear about this?"
He was a genius.
It's like you didn't.
We lost a genius.
Yeah. What's it's okay to say, I didn't know who that was.
Yeah.
I'll like read about it. I'll find out. I'll listen to their music. 'Cause did you listen to any of his music?
I did, but I had never heard any of it. And I do like rap and I do listen to rap.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't feel like I'm good with reading who the artist is when I hear songs.
Yeah.
Unless you're really big, then I'll know who you are. But I don't know a lot of rappers.
Right. Yeah. But she does listen to rap. Like that's one of the first things that when we started dating, like I had on a YG album and she knew every single word, and I was like, that's sexy. Even the skits.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, whenever somebody like that dies, people always come out and they're just like, oh my God, he was the most amazing. And I know most people probably, like, I mean, a lot of people obviously knew who he was, but a lot of people didn't.
After like reading a lot about it, obviously he was very well known, and I'm like, how am I that out of touch? Like, it was weird because I read a lot and I'm on social media a lot, so I don't know how I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
But they're like comparing him to Tupac, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I think that happens when any rapper dies now. It seems like when any rapper dies, they're almost like, maybe on a certain level though, they always try to be like, oh, that's like Tupac. Like
the last one was Triple X, right? The last big one, I think. No?
Yeah. I think the last one to be shot, I guess.
I feel like he didn't get as much like Tupac. I didn't get that vibe. I mean,
no, he didn't. Except for maybe like people that knew him said it, but everybody else just mostly said, how do you say his name?
Yes.
That's really what happened when he died. People were just like, huh? How do you say it? What is it? And then people figured out that it was Triple X Tentacion.
Yeah. Which took a lot of like adjusting because I called him
XXXTentacion.
Temptation or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, with this, comparing him to Tupac, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying that, and I'm like,
no. You can't compare him to Tupac. You can only compare Tupac to Tupac. Like, there's nobody in the reason why Tupac was different was he was like, one, he kind of changed rap music and brought like a lot of it mainstream, even though it was already kind of going mainstream. But then he was also like a worldwide celebrity. Mm-hmm. He had movies and everything else. Like, people knew who Tupac was, and then for him to be shot like that was a way bigger thing. So I don't think you can compare him to Tupac.
Yeah.
You know? And then
go ahead.
Other people are saying that a lot of people are saying that the government murdered him.
Yeah. I did see that. What do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, they say because he was working on a documentary about some doctor who said that he found the cure for AIDS and then was killed by the government in the 80s because they didn't want to cure AIDS because there was like a lot of people believe that was like created in the black community to like kill, oppress and kill and everything else. And so that he had the cure and then the government killed him is what he was saying. He's working on this documentary, which I want to see now because it sounds really interesting. If he faked his death for the promotion of this documentary, good job, because now I want to see it. I don't think he did, but
no, I think he's dead.
Yeah, I think so. But man,
he was working on that documentary.
Yeah, and so people are saying that he was killed because he was working on the documentary
by the government, which I don't think.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past the government.
Yeah.
Like it's a realistic. I'm having trouble trying to say it. It's like not that far fetched.
It's right? Not. I definitely believe that government does crazy things, but also, was he a gang member?
Yeah. I was also a gang member in South Central. And
also could have happened.
Yeah. Also, yeah, definitely. And that's the thing that bugs me too, is that people are like, it has to be that. It couldn't be the fact that, oh, he was a gang member.
Mm-hmm. In South Central LA, and those dudes get shot a lot. You know what I mean? And he was like doing good things for the community and trying to help out and everything else. He's older. He's been in the game a while. Like, if you're 30 something, you're an OG. Like, if you're 30 something, if you grow up in that environment and you make it to your 30s, you're like old, you know? So he's like an old gangster. And a lot of times when they get to that age, they're cool, you know? Like, even the fact that he could probably he'd be friends with like the Game and YG when they're Bloods and he's a Crip, you know, like when they were 20, they probably wouldn't have been able to be friends. But then you get to your 30s and you're like an old gang member, and it kind of like people respect you more in your own set, and then other people might respect you a little bit more in those. But like, I've seen people commenting like, well, he was doing so much good for the community, there's no way it would be a gang thing. It's like, yeah, because the young gang members come out and they want to make a name for themselves. So even if he's not like actively banging, then a young dude who is, whatever gang, you know, like one of the Blood gangs, or even one of the ones that beefs with the 60s, is going to be like, I want to make a name for myself. I'm going to kill Nipsey. And then now they're the guy that killed Nipsey, but they can't find him. And that's the other thing too, is like, if you've never experienced that like culture,
so many people are like, I don't know how they can't track them down. It's like, that happens all the time. Drive-bys happen all the time. People get shot, especially in those communities. And the police, like, they don't even really effort it that hard. Unless they know exactly who it is, they'll search for a little while. I mean, hopefully because, well, not hopefully, it should happen for everybody.
Yeah.
Probably because it's a celebrity, they'll work harder. But people get shot all the time in those areas. And, like, it's just another day. And then
I was trying to look up videos from, like, when it happened. Because, you know, like, it was in the middle of the day. People are going to take out their cameras and take video. There was one that I found.
Really?
And it was of this lady just walking, like, in front of, like, where it happened. And he was, like, being taken to the ambulance on a stretcher.
Oh, damn. So there was no video of, like, the actual shooting?
No.
That we've seen, at least. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't be that. It's not the government, I don't think.
I don't think.
I can't imagine that, like, they were on to him doing this documentary. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's been a lot of things like that have come out, especially with documentaries now, that, like, I just think it's more like, yeah, he was still in the hood and he was still claiming his set, and then somebody shot him, or he was beefing with somebody, because even right before he died, you see that tweet?
Yep.
He tweeted, like,
for sure.
What did he say? He said something about it, like, having strong enemies is a blessing, or
yeah.
something like that. So he obviously was beefing with somebody at the time.
Yes.
You know?
So why, I mean, most people are saying that it's the government. Like, why can that, like, not be an option as far as...
I don't know, yeah. Yeah, like, it's definitely an option.
Yes.
It's definitely an option. And then when someone like that dies, like, all the celebrities come out, and everybody's, like, talking about how amazing they were and stuff, like, and I liked him. I thought he was cool. But just the outpouring of celebrities whenever a celebrity dies is ridiculous. Because, like, there are people that they actually know, and then there are people that they may have worked with once or twice, and there's people that have nothing to do with them, but they're like, oh, one of our celebrities died. I've got to say something, you know? And then Rihanna had a tweet to me that was like, I know it's sad, but it's still funny to me, because she tweeted and she's like, this makes no sense, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, let's see. Gang member, South Central, gets shot. That actually makes perfect sense.
It makes great sense.
It makes the most sense out of all of it.
The most.
It's sad. It shouldn't happen, but it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It makes the perfect. It's exactly what happens in that scenario. So yeah, it makes sense.
The game posted a video of him driving this morning at like 4 a.m. saying that he couldn't sleep. And there was so many comments from just random people, not celebrities, but both. But everybody's like, I couldn't sleep last night. I'm like, what? You lost sleep? I'm so confused. I've never even heard of this guy. Like, I don't know. I'm so out of touch.
Yeah. Well, but even if you had heard of him, you wouldn't have lost sleep.
No.
You know? And I know there's probably somebody listening to the podcast right now or watching it on YouTube that is like, how insensitive. It's just the truth, though. Like, if I see, there's very few people that if they died, that, like, there's nobody that I don't know that if they died, I would be like, I can't sleep. The game, that makes sense. They knew each other. Mm-hmm. That was his friend.
Yep.
They worked together and everything else. Yeah, if one of my friends died, I'd probably stay up a few hours. Mm-hmm. It'd be a late bedtime.
Yeah.
You know, like midnight or so. But I would definitely, you know, that would be tough. But like,
but people who don't even know him,
yeah,
are losing sleep.
And I get that people like his music and stuff, but how do you lose sleep over that? I don't. Yeah, I feel like that's just people piling on, trying to be part of the whole thing, and not being honest about it and being like, that sucks. I liked his music. I wish he wouldn't have been shot. But come on, you're not like up all night crying for someone you didn't know, are you? I mean, maybe. I'm not. Yeah, well, you can't even say his name, so.
Nipples. All right, let's nip this in the butt.
So, yeah, we started off by talking about Alex's titties and how they're fine. Because she told me something the other day. So, when we first met, she wanted to get, she would talk about how she wanted to get bigger boobs.
Always.
You know, and I was like, I mean, do what you want. But I like them. I think they're great. And I'm not a huge boob guy. I'm a boob guy. I like boobs. I'm not a huge boob guy.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't. Some guys are like, I like boobs. The bigger, the better. I'm just like, I like like boobs, but I don't need them to be like enormous, because it's also they're in the way if they're too big, and then sometimes they're floppy and awkward, and I would rather have like nice boobs. Like you have nice boobs, but she said she wanted to get breast implants when we first started hanging out, but now she's changed her mind, and I didn't even know about this at all until she brought it up the other day. So
for 10 years, pretty much, or longer, I've wanted breast implants. And I always knew like one day I would. But I haven't yet because I was always pretty scared of like the whole surgery. So that's the only reason pretty much like why I haven't. And then I started reading about breast implant illness, and reading a lot of people's experiences with what they think was BII.
So BII is breast implant illness.
Yes.
Not the name of a new rapper.
B.
Yeah, this is B. That's other. Okay, sorry, I got on a tangent, but the rappers' names, the way they're spelling them now, it's ridiculous. Like, make your name so people can understand it. Anyway, BII is not the name of a new rapper. That's breast implant illness.
So there's a lot of different symptoms that people can get from BII. The list is long, but
what are some of them? Remember?
Oh, I can read you some of them. But these girls are going to get their breast implants taken out that are sick for no reason. Like, doctors can't figure out what's going on with them, and they're getting their breast implants taken out, and like they feel better.
Do you know how common it is?
I don't, but it's getting more common because I feel like a lot of women who have breast implants and they're sick for no reason, or they have symptoms and they can't figure out why, like, it's pretty much like CTE. Like, they didn't know what was going on until somebody found, and like, oh yeah, maybe these are causing what's going on.
Right.
So who knows, like, actually what the percentage is. And I think it's pretty new.
Yeah. I mean, you talked about it a while back. You mentioned something about it, and I was like, oh, okay. It makes sense. Like,
it does.
You're putting a foreign body in your body, and like, breast implants aren't even that old, right? Really? Like 30-ish years ago, something like that, when they started doing it. And there's been a lot of changes in that time because they were like silicone at first. Now they're not silicone anymore, I don't think.
There's two different kinds, and silicone is still used. Silicone is still used a lot.
But that can bust. Mm-hmm. Right? And then that's bad.
That is bad.
Because I remember when they first started making titties or putting breast implants in, that was the big thing, because it was like, oh, the silicone's rupturing, and then people were getting sick from that, or there was like making their bodies all weird from that. Mm-hmm. And then they changed it to like a water-based one.
Yeah, there's that one too. I don't know what it's called.
And now I think you can fill them up like you can fill them up and deflate some of them, can't you? I don't know. I'm making that up. Maybe I dreamt it.
I mean, I do feel like at this point there should be something that's more safe than silicone, or I don't know what the other one is. I'm trying to find.
Why can't they take fat from
saline?
Saline, yeah. Like, so why can't they take fat from like your love handles and then put it in your boob?
I don't know, but both are harmful to your health apparently. And here's some of the symptoms: anxiety, fatigue, joint pain, muscle pain, insomnia, brain fog, memory loss, vertigo, fever, chills, muscle weakness, inflammatory night sweats, skin rashes, choking feeling, ringing in the ears, headaches, depression, decreased libido, mood swings, sharp pains in breast, weight gain. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
I feel like all those, I feel like maybe I have breast implant illness.
I think everybody has breast implant illness.
With that list of symptoms, every single person has breast implant illness.
What this list is what symptoms women have felt possibly because of their breast implants. So, I mean, it could be anything, really.
Right.
But a lot of these women are getting them taken out and feeling better.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're hearing about it, they're feeling sick, and then they're going to get their breast implants taken out.
Oh, actually, I think it's roughly, now I remember, around 25% who have breast implants are having symptoms.
And so now they're taking them out, and then they feel better.
Mm-hmm. And they'll take like before and after pictures, and it'll just look like crap before, and then they look like revived.
Do you have a picture?
Mm-hmm.
You can show me?
Yeah. There's tons. If you go to Instagram and go to Breast Implant Illness, there's a site, and they post daily and people's stories.
So what is it, at Breast Implant Illness?
It's breast_implant_illness.
Okay. That's like, that's funny because, like, oh, wow. Oh. So there's this, can I read it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. There's a picture of, I'll put it up on the YouTube so you can see the picture, but, of this chick, and she looks like shit. The first one she does.
When she has boobies?
Yeah, when she had tits. She had big tits. She did not look good. Like her eyes are all red around them.
Or puffy.
Yeah. What does the caption say? It says, "We see the changes immediately post explant." Oh, breast implant. Explant.
Yes.
That makes sense. How can this be denied? It can't. We are the proof. It's a repost. And it says, seeing this amazing transition from 2 weeks pre-surgery to 3 days post-surgery makes what I do so okay.
So these are retweets. Like these girls post it and then their story and then BII page repost it.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell she looks
let me show you some more.
bad in the first one. And then
there's like doctors in California that are known for breast augmentations that are not doing them anymore.
really?
So that's one.
Oh, wow. This is she looks okay. Same thing with her eyes and everything else.
Yeah, it's the eyes. There's so many.
I'm trying to read the caption. Again, I'll put these up on the YouTube. So if you're listening to the podcast on iTunes right now, hang on a second. I'm just looking at stuff.
So look at that. But basically, because of what I've read and learned about it, I'm not getting them anymore.
Yeah.
So
Sweet.
I'm okay with my boobs. I mean, I have fine boobs. Like, even though I've had kids, like, I didn't really breastfeed. And they are actually fine.
Yes.
Like, they're not really that saggy. I just wanted bigger boobs, but I would rather not after reading about all this.
Why do you think... Okay, why did you want bigger boobs? You just thought you wanted them a little juicier?
Yeah.
Just
I mean, I didn't want them huge. Like, I have C's already, but maybe D's, but not huge.
Do you think most women get fake boobs because for them or because for dudes?
Both.
Okay. And how do women feel like guys care a lot about breast size?
Yeah.
They do?
For sure.
Because most of the guys that I know don't care at all.
Yeah.
Like most of the guys that I know are just like, yeah, I don't care. Most of the guys that I know actually prefer them to not be as big. Yeah. I mean, maybe like, I think there's the stigma that guys want them big because of pictures, you know? Because like in any kind of models and stuff, like, or the ones that like stereotypical that you think dudes would think are hot always have big tits. But every single guy that I know, except for maybe one, is like, yeah, I think it's kind of annoying when the tits are too big.
Well, women also don't usually see other women's boobs.
Yeah.
Or implants. I've only actually seen touch like one implant.
Really?
Yeah. It was my friend. She's actually dead now, but her name's yeah.
What was it? What she died from? Who is this?
I went to high school there.
Okay.
And she died from overdosing.
Oh.
But she had implants, and when she got them, I went over to her house, and she's like, "You want to see my boobs?" And she's like, "Feel them," and I'm like, they were hard.
Okay. Yeah.
But women don't usually see other implants. So I don't know. I'm really comfortable with myself and my body now, and I wasn't always, and I always wanted bigger boobs, whatever, like most women do. But now I'm okay with not.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think most guys don't care.
Well, that's nice to know, because we definitely think that guys care.
Yeah, no, they don't.
And I also like never get cleavage, because even though they're not like super separated, like natural boobs just don't go together like fake boobs do.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I guess it would be the bra, but I have a push-up bra, and it still doesn't give me like that.
Like if you're trying to have like the big, like your boobs are falling out look.
Like if I wanted to wear a dress and not have to wear a bra, there's no way.
Okay.
But I did buy this one thing that it's this little thing that starts down here and it goes and it pushes them together.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen you wear it.
I haven't tried. No, I haven't.
No. Okay, never mind.
I haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited to, because it's supposed to give you cleavage.
I want to try it on. I want to see if it'll give me cleavage. But I'll probably stretch out yours.
No, because it's like bendable.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try it too. I'm gonna try it for the podcast one time and just do the whole thing with my cleavage hanging out.
Yes.
That. All right, I'll do that. I want to talk to that doctor though. We should try to interview that doctor. You showed me the post of the doctor saying she isn't doing anymore. Well, first of all, she looks kind of like a Kardashian. I thought you were watching Kim Kardashian. I was like, what?
She's Asian.
But she's got like the lips and stuff. Like, oh, if we
It was
do interview
it was
her, it's gonna
also
be
she had a
weird.
filter on.
Oh, okay.
So she did.
She filtered her own.
She
Okay.
did. She
Because
did.
I
It was
looked down,
vocal.
I was like, is that a Kardashian talking about?
She sounded like her too. She kind of had the vocal fry going
Yeah.
on. But
She was like, I'm not.
so like any of my patients who wait, actually we probably should be doing this if we're gonna
I
interview
know
her.
we're gonna interview her.
But
And be like,
basically what she said was she's not doing any more breast implants. And any girls who are totally unsure that have consultations or scheduled that they can cancel and they can get a refund fully. So like doctors are
actively not doing breast implants. Does that mean the butt implant is next?
probably,
Because it's got to be the same,
it is the same.
right?
Actually, Brazilian butt lift is your fat going in there.
Is
so,
it?
Yes. So a
they-
Brazilian butt lift is your fat, and then the other one, butt implants is saline.
an
or-
actual implant in
Yes.
your butt. So they can do it with the butt. They can put extra
Yeah.
fat in your butt, but not your boobs.
Yeah, that's weird.
We should research that and find out why.
Yeah, there's got to be a reason.
Did we just think of it right now? We just thought of the
Doubtful.
solution right now, like the most obvious solution. We're like, we figured it out. We solved the breast implant problem. So the
But-
chicks that have the fake butts, they're gonna start experiencing that soon too.
Well, how do the girls with the fake butts not pop them when they sit on them? You know,
I don't
like
know.
it's
That's
so
the
weird.
most confusing thing to me.
I've seen a lot of pictures of ruptured breast implants because of that page, and they do not look good. Like
Really?
they show videos of like them pulling out like the sail or the whatever it is, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's. I mean, I'm sure that breast implants cause cancer too. You know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're putting something that's not supposed to be in your body in your body.
Yeah.
It's gonna fight back, you know, or cancer or stuff like that, or if it's gonna leak or whatever. But so how does a breast implant rupture then? Just naturally, or
no.
if you hit it, it'll pop.
If you hit it, it can pop.
So the butt, how do the butt implants not pop?
Right? Unless
makes
it's like a thicker, like the thicker. I don't know.
I
Probably
don't know.
probably made thicker.
You see these
They're
chicks
bigger.
that have like these asses that like it's not natural looking at all. Like
Just-
the Kardashian, like Kim Kardashian, for example.
What is that? It looks like a freaking wisdom tooth.
It does.
Like
Her body goes down and then it's like the roots of the tooth.
or a molar.
Yeah, it looks like she looks like a molar. Exactly. It looks like a molar at the bottom half of her body. And I don't know.
I don't know. Why don't you just go to the gym and do some squats? Like I want you to build it, work hard.
Yeah.
And also they don't even look normal. Like
No, it's weird to me. I don't get it. I never thought the butt thing. I never thought any implants were hot. I just like,
I would like a big butt, but not fake. Like I'll
Yeah.
work for it.
no. And then it's going to be hard, just like the boobs are hard. And you could tell fake boobs. They're not.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they feel weird.
For sure.
So-
I remember the first time I was a teenager, somebody explaining fake boobs to me or how he could tell if they're fake or not.
What did he say?
He said when they're laying down, like natural ones will just go like this, and
Yeah.
the fake ones will just make boom.
That's true. Yeah. Fake ones will just stay like volleyballs. And then the natural ones will fall off to the side. And they move better too. They move better. The real ones move better. Like it's hot. Like if you're doing it.
Well, I'm
And
okay
then
with my
they're moving.
boobs. I'm okay with my boobs
I'm
now.
okay with your boobs too.
And I'm okay with never getting implants. So if you're thinking about getting implants, do some research.
Because you could have
I
breast implant
illness.
syndrome. I don't know why I was going to say syndrome, and that does not even start with an I. So I don't know.
So that's that.
So all right. So protect your tits, your real tits. Don't go with the fake tits.
Nipples and
Nipsey Hussle, nipples hustle. Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace.
rest in peace.
We, you know, like
Even-
for real though. I mean, it's sad when anybody dies.
For sure. He has kids.
Yeah. Hopefully they find out what happened.
Yeah.
And now it's podcast time.
My favorite time.
Time for the podcast, which means we have to go over to Patreon now. So patreon.com/JubalFresh. And
Find out what I'm going to make him do today.
yeah, I think, are we going to the batting cages?
Why did you have to ruin it?
Oh, well, it's still like, I mean, yeah, I think she wants to get me.
Well, I'm going to take him in batting cages. It's nice outside. It's sunny. And it's going to be very entertaining. So patreon.com/JubalFresh.
Yeah.
Come check it out.
I can't hit a baseball in real life.
Yes.
I can imagine how slow my reaction
It's
time
going
is
to be
gonna at the
amazing.
batting cages. All right. Well, check out the podcast on Patreon, patreon.com/JubalFresh. Make sure to subscribe to this one every single Monday, fresh till death. Rate and review it. Share it, especially this one, so that people know to protect their titties. And so women know to protect their titties, and so dudes know that there's a device you can get that will push our man titties together.
I'll post a pic later.
Yeah, we'll put a pic of me wearing my man titty thing.
Yes.
Her woman titty.
Mine.
Her woman titty.
I'm gonna
thing.
catch him wearing it one day.
Yeah, just gonna come home and I'm in the mirror with that on, and then also something tucked in the back for butt implants.
He's like the new Bruce Jenner. Yeah. Remember when Chris used to talk about like she walked in on him and he'd be like wearing her stuff?
Oh, did she say that? I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
That. Oh.
No, she knew, I think, a long time before he came out that he was trans.
Yeah.
Like, she just never wanted to, like, face the fact.
Yeah.
Like, she'd come home and he would have her panties, like, pantyhose on and stuff.
That's what my sister, you know, I mean, that dude that she was married to a while back, he switched, and she would come home and he'd just be, like, in nylons just hanging out.
His sister's ex-husband.
Yeah. He'd be in nylons hanging out, and I guess she'd have to explain, like, her daughter, like, at the time, she wasn't really sure. It was like, oh, this is a Halloween costume or something. Like, that's awkward. That is awkward. So yeah, you're gonna start coming home and seeing me in that.
Well, it's fine. I'm gonna post a pic of it.
Yeah, at least if I were doing that, if she came home and I were in her underwear, she would just publicly shame me. She'd be like, look at this.
I'm like, hold on, don't move.
Yeah,
don't move.
I need to take a picture of this and put it on Instagram. All right, that's it. Thank you. Rate, review, subscribe, and we'll see you at Patreon. Patreon.com/JubalFresh. Bye.
Later.